selection or slicing and dicing in pandas data frame. So here we will learn today how to select some particular element from a data frame, or that is also known as slicing and dicing. To do this, we will compare three methods. Those are log versus ilog versus ix. We will learn each of them one by one, but before that we will go through the simple selection. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. To understand the concept very clearly, please watch the video till the end. Once you are done with watching the video, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Let's first have a look at a data frame and try to understand its element. This kind of data frames you will get in pandas, and the number you see over here, this indicates the index of this data frame, which is nothing but the row number which is generated by default by pandas. These are the column names. You can also call it variables. Here in our case we have 4 columns. This is one row, so it's not that this is the only row. All these entries will be considered as row. Each of the entry in this data frame is a row. Now let's have a look how to do the row selections in pandas data frame. Here we will say df, then we will start the bracket, and in middle we will put a colon, and in that we will put the starting index number, and then we will put the ending index number. For example, we have this data frame and we want to select a part of this. What is the part that we want to select over here? So here is the data frame, and we have to start the square bracket. Again in middle we gonna put colon, and then we want to start from third index number from here, and we want to end it at 7th till here. So this is how you will write this index. Here I have imported customers data, and here I am taking top 10 observations to see. So this shows the structure of our data frame. Alright, this is on also one method to select rows from our data set, but this will select starting from top. Whatever number you specify over here, it will select those many rows but starting from top. You can also select from the bottom. For that you're gonna say tell, and then you're gonna put 10. So this will make the selection from bottom. Like you can see, it starts from 81 and ends at 90, which is the last observation or record or row in this data frame. But what if you want to select from starting from third row and up until 6th row or maybe 7th row? How can you do that? For that you're gonna say cust and start the square bracket, put a colon, and then at the left side you're gonna put the starting index number, which is 3, and then end. You want to end it at 7. Let's see that. Like here you can see it is giving the rows starting from third index number ending at 6th index number. That's right. The question which you have got is, here you are giving 7, but it gives you the rows up until 6th only. Why is that so? So in this normal selection, the end point which you provide, that is always excluded in the result. So whenever you are trying to make specific selection of rows, you are always advised to put the ending point plus 1. For example, if you want to select it till 4, you're gonna put over here 5. If you want to select it till 6, you're gonna put over here 7. To summarize, this is how you can make the selection of rows from your data frame. How about selecting the columns? How can you do that? So for that, simple, use the same method, and here in the quotation you need to provide a column name. For example, I want to select transaction amount, so you just put it over here, and here we have all the transaction amount. Now here you have a problem, it outputs all the records. So to limit that, you can just put it over here, head, and by default head displays you the 5 records. Now if you want to include more columns, you need to make list of lists. So for that we need to put double square bracket, and you can put each of the column name separating by a comma. So here I am going to select 2 columns. Alright, now if I want to put one more column, you can put that. You can put as many columns as you want. Like you can see, to specify the rows we have only one option, head or tail. What if we want to make the selection in combination, like we want to select the rows starting from 3rd to 7, but we want to select only 2 columns. So how can we do that? Let's try to combine these two together. So here I am just going to first put the row names, the row positions I wanted to say, and then let's put this list. Alright, and let's see if that works. Oops, it gives the typo error, means this is not going to work over here. So what is the solution for that? For that we have the next option. So here we can use selection using lock. We will do the selection using lock. So there are many methods to make the selection using this lock. First method is using the list in making a selection using lock. How can we do that? First you need to type df.lock. Then you will use square bracket as usual, and then you will put comma in between. At the left side you will provide list of rows, and at the right you will provide list of columns, and that's how you can make the selection of rows and columns in the combination. Here I have customer data frame and I use the lock method. Like I said, here you can put comma to separate rows and columns. If you don't put this, and if you simply put this row, if you simply put this column, that will only refer to the rows. This will not make a selection in columns. For example, if you want to select top 5 rows, so you can simply put colon, and over here at the right side you can type 5. Let's see that. Like here you can see it is showing you top 5 rows. If you want to see the rows starting from 88, all the rows starting from 88 till end, so it will start from 88 and this is giving you till the end of the data frame. So this is how you can make the selection of rows. And if you want to put or maybe specify columns, how can you do that? So for that you just need to put comma and then put the column name. For example, here I want to put transaction amount. I want to select the rows starting from 88 but for only one column, that is transaction amount. So this is how you can make that. What if you want to include more columns? For that you can make a list of the columns and you can put each of the columns separated by comma in the quotation. Quotation can be either double or single. Let's run this. Now you can see this is what it is happening. In the syntax you just saw that here it is asking you to provide the list of rows and list of columns. Let's try to relate it where we have not given the list of rows. That you can also do. Let me just remove this and here make a list of rows. So let's say 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th. We want to select these rows and for these 2 columns. So that's how you can do that. Like you can see over here, you have 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th. There is one more method which you can try over here. Next one is range method. How can we do that? That we can do using df.log square bracket and then again comma to separate selection of rows, range of rows and range of columns. At the left side, whatever you put, that will be range of rows. At the right side, whatever you put, that will be range of columns. So in range, when you are providing range of rows, again you have to use column, and at the left side of column you need to provide the starting point of rows, starting index number of rows from where you want to start the selection, then end index number. For example, if you want to start from 3rd and you want to end it 7, so you will put 3rd to 7. Here you're gonna put 3rd and here you're gonna put 7. Now if you want to provide range of columns, for that you can use column and then column start, column end. We're gonna just say cast LOC square bracket, and like I said, put the comma. At the left side you need to provide a range of rows. For example, I want to select 5th till 11th, so you're gonna put 5th till 11th. Here I want to select some specific columns. What all are the columns that I want to select? Starting from transaction till country, transaction amount, city and country. These 3 columns I want to select. How can we do that? First you need to put the starting column name, then column, and you need to put the end column name over here. And let's select this, run this. Like you can see here, you have starting from 5th till 11. Now you can say in the previous selection what we saw, without using log, the ending point was not included. So in that case, in normal selection, ending point, ending index number of rows are excluded, but with log ending point is included, that is inclusive. So that's why you see till 11, starting from 5th till 11. So this is a difference between normal selection and log selection. So this is how you can use the range method to make selection using log. Let's see what next do we have. Next method which we're gonna try is Boolean method. What is that? Let's try to understand. And to do that, we just need to put df.log, start the square bracket, put comma in between, and at the left side you're gonna put the rows. So here we will put rows with Boolean condition. Boolean condition is, like you can say, where transaction amount is greater than 300, where city is Canada, where country is Canada, something like that. So that will be your Boolean condition over here. At the right hand side you can either provide one column or list of column. This is how you can use the Boolean method to make the selection using log data frame method. Let's go to the Python IDE and try to understand this practically. Here we have cast.log, and as we saw in the syntax, we're gonna just select only those entries where transaction amount is greater than 500. That only we will put. So for that we need to use transaction amount column. How can we use that? Cast dot transaction amount, which is a column name, and then we're gonna say this should be greater than 500. So this is what the condition we provided for rows. This will give you the rows, only those rows where transaction amount is greater than 500. Let's, for the ease of understanding, I am just first trying to run this part only. So like here you can see we have only those rows where transaction amount is greater than 500. If you see, everything is greater than 500. If you want, you can observe that over here. Right now we have to specify the columns as well. We don't want to select all the columns, so for that, whatever column you want to select, you just need to put over here. For example, I only want country, so I just put country. Here we have country. For all of this country, transaction amount is greater than 500. What if you want to select the range of countries? Sorry, here range will not work. Here you just need to provide the list only. So let's say I want to include transaction amount also over here. So there are two columns which I am trying to select with all the rows where transaction amount is greater than 500. So like you can see, here we have transaction amounts greater than 500 and countries are in respect to those transaction amount. This is how you can use the Boolean method as well to make the selection. You just observed that making row selection is slightly easy when you use lock method with data frame, right? But when it comes to column selection, it is slightly tedious because you have to put the column names each of the time. Is there a way that we can provide the range of columns in the form of integer like we did for rows? Can we do that? Let's try to do that. So here I am just trying to say, let's say 1 till 6. Is that working? No, this is going to give me an error. So how can we fix that? Is there a way to make it working? Yes, there is one way. So for that we can do selection using iLock. Here I stands for integer or column position number, like I just showed you. Every time where you put column name, instead of that you can put there column number, whether it is first column, second column, third column or fourth column. That's what you can do. First method which we will see over here is range method. Let's try that. How can we do that? df.ilock, and then as we did in lock, here also we're gonna say ilock, then in middle we will put comma, at the left side we will provide a range of rows, at the right side we will provide a range of columns. So when we are providing range of rows, again we have to put colon, and at the left of colon we need to provide the starting index number of rows, and then at the right end of rows index. For columns also we will do the same thing. We will put colon, and at the left of the column we need to put column start number, and at the right side we need to put column end number. Let's go to the Python IDE. We're gonna say cust ilock. Let's start with a simple example and then we will try all of these three things. Here I want to select rows starting from 3rd till 9th, and then columns. For that, first let's have a look at sample data. This is the 0th column, 1st, 2nd and 3rd. So column I want to start from 0 and then till 3rd, not 3rd, 2nd. Let's try to run this. Great, here we have the answer, contact name and transaction amount. This is 0 and this is 1. So here one thing we should notice, like here you can see the row number. Row number we have provided till 9th, but here it is showing till 8th only. So like normal selection, in iLock also the end point is exclusive. End point will be excluding, be it for rows or for columns. For both of these two, the end point will be exclusive. Like here you can also see this is 0, 1, 2 and 3. This is 3rd column, but here this one was the 2nd column, but here we provided the range 0 to 2. Ideally, it should have to provide us the result contact name, transaction amount and city, but it gave us only contact name and transaction amount. That means it excluded the endpoint. It has given us only 0th and first column. So in iLock also the endpoint is always excluded. In iLock you can provide the range of columns in the form of integer as we do it for rows, but this is something which was not possible when we try to use lock. So this is how you can use the iLock. Now let's try to make the boolean selection as we did with lock only, and let's see if that works over here. Alright, so for that first we need to put the data set name, data frame name, then the column name which we want to use, that is transaction amount. So I am just going to try transaction amount, and this time I will say where transaction amount greater than 700, and columns which I want is starting from 1 till 3. Let's try to see if this works. Like we can see, it shows the error iLocation based boolean indexing on an integer type is not available. So here on an integer type boolean expression, boolean indexing is not available. So in iLock you can not use the boolean thing. Let's see if we can do this without specifying the columns. We cannot do that as well. Now let's try the another thing. Here we provided range of rows. Let's see if we can put the list of columns in text. Ideally that will not work because here I itself represents that it is only integer based, but we will just give it a try. Let's see if that works. Here I am just putting a range of rows and I am just going to provide a list of columns. First column will be my transaction amount, and then second column I would say country. Let's see if that works. Here iLock requires numeric indexers, so that's not gonna work over here. So to conclude, in iLock you can only make the selection using integers, no boolean, no listing of this column labels. But let's try to see if we can put the list of integers. Let's see that. Here we just gonna say list of rows like 2nd, 4th, 7th, and then we gonna say list of columns but in the form of integer like 2nd and 3rd. Let's see if that works. Yes, that will work. So if you want to provide in the form of list, you need to use the index numbers for rows and position number for columns. So this is how iLock will work. This will always work only with integers. Selection using IX. Let's understand the IX. Here IX is nothing but hybrid of integers and labels. Now the problem is previously it was available in pandas data frame, but now it has been deprecated. Let's have a look at its official documentation. Like you can see over here it says starting in 0.20.0, this is nothing but pandas version, the .ix indexer is deprecated. So this is how we will not be able to use this IX method of data frame, pandas data frame, and we need to keep using lock and iLock. We just hope that we clarified the doubts. Just in case if you have any question, don't forget to put that into the comment section. We will definitely try to resolve that. Until then, happy learning. Wish you very good luck.